Hey everyone.
Hey bag ladies and bag dudes, I'm Sarah Lawson from So Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Ask Sarah, my weekly Q&A chat. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us. We're so glad to be back after our vacation last week. I saw everyone chatting on YouTube and Facebook beforehand, so welcome. Thanks for joining us. I saw some ladies were having some snacks, some drinks. By drinks, I mostly saw water. I think I saw tea in there. So Sunday we had some drinks. I think somebody was having Cheetos and Chardonnay, so bring on the snacks. We were laughing right before we started because Violet gets our shows going on Tuesday, so she runs the technology so Danny can be here on set with me. And Danny called Violet over and he said, "Hey, you have some glitter by your eye." And Danny's really...
I didn't say glitter, I said you have something by your eye.
Okay, well, I thought you said glitter.
No, she said it's better than glitter.
Oh, better than glitter. Danny's really fanatical about glitter. He doesn't want it on anybody's face. He freaks out if we buy a shirt with glitter on it.
That's not the reason I freak out with the shirt. The reason I freak out because anytime they have a shirt with glitter, I get glitter all over me somehow.
Okay. Anyway, and Violet touched her face and she said, "Oh, it's slime." So we just started laughing. Violet's been making slime, homemade slime. She tries different combinations out, and she bottles the slime and she gives it names. Like, this is dragon saliva.
I like that name better.
This is zombie guts, and she puts some in glass jars and she puts some in Ziploc bags, and they're all different combinations. So she wants to maybe sell it one day. I said, well, you have to do a little behind-the-scenes business work, so you have to find out all your ingredients, how much it costs to buy in a big container, break it down, how much slime will that make. Like, you have to divide it. Like, say it'll make 20 jars of slime. You have to divide it by 20 or whatever the amount is, and you have to figure out if it's worthwhile to make it and sell it, because sometimes what you're planning on doing is too expensive and it doesn't make sense to sell it. So I said you have to figure all that out, and I thought it was good for, we don't homeschool, but I thought it would be good business knowledge, figuring out and learning how to go about doing things like that.
I think I'm going to save Bronwyn's comments when I'm not feeling happy and one day, and I'll just go through her comments and read them, because I always get a good smile or laugh out of them.
Oh yeah, we were talking about underwear somehow on Instagram Live right before our Facebook and YouTube show. By the way, if you didn't know, if you're interested, on Tuesdays right before the Facebook and YouTube show at 7 o'clock Central Time, we have on Instagram at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, we have Instagram Live, and it's a little bit more loose than I would say our Facebook and YouTube. We still answer questions if people have questions to ask. We can have people join us on the split screen, which is really cool. We haven't had people do that lately, but if they do join us on the split screen, they can show us live their So Sweetness bags that they've made, or if they want to ask a question live. Anyway, in case you weren't aware, because I noticed one of the comments through, I don't remember if it was YouTube or Facebook, right before we started, mentioning about the Instagram live chat. So what we've been working on lately since we got back from vacation is we had a surprise on Sunday. So we got a call that workers would be available to do some work on our house. So replacing some windows, replacing a couple doors, knocking down a closet, I guess, apparently. And so we didn't have much notice for that. And if you've ever gone through any type of home renovation, which we did last year, we had our whole first floor, the floors done and things, walls knocked down as well last year, and it's kind of a nightmare. So we have things from one room in another room, and it's turning into a big mess. And I know Danny was stressed out earlier. I went off to my riding lesson, and I had lunch with my mom today, so I had a little bit of a break away from the house. But Danny was here all day editing videos, and he texted me that he was starting to get kind of
I'm like, we'll just move, then we'll get the house stuff done here, because I'm over it already. Completely over it.
It's really not so bad, but I wasn't here most of the day, so I can't really speak. Speaking of houses, Charlie McDonald, who I saw is watching the live show right now, but he sent me an email earlier today letting me know that there was a website citing the 50 cities that people are abandoning. So what that means is, for whatever reason, people are moving away from these cities. I suppose it could be multiple reasons. Either they're retiring and they want to move over to another state with nicer weather. maybe financial reasons, maybe they're moving closer to family, but for whatever reason, these were the 50 cities that people are abandoning. And I looked at you have to start from 50 and go down to 1, and it takes you through multiple pages. But when I got to the page where number 1 was, guess what the number 1 city that people are abandoning is? And that's Chicago. That's where we live. So I thought that cracked me up. That was really funny. Probably because of the taxes here.
Diane had a really funny comment.
Okay.
But before I post that, Charlie also had a funny comment. Said that the only way to get rid of glitter is moving. So.
Diane says, my husband gutted my kitchen a month before Christmas. It was definitely a nightmare before Christmas. Oh my God, I can't even imagine that. That reminds me of a funny story about Danny. So the night before Thanksgiving.
I did a lot. Not just, it was like a couple days, but I finished the night before.
The night before Thanksgiving, we were having people over. I think it was the first time we were having people over to our house for Thanksgiving. Yes. Danny decided he was going to paint, and
I painted our kitchen cabinets.
The cabinets, and I think you were painting we had like a weird brick wall on one side of the kitchen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, I'll do that too, and he wanted to do all this stuff, and I'm like, no, we don't need this stress. Like, before making a big dinner for me is stressful. The turkey, and since we hadn't done it here before, like the full on, not just making the turkey, but all the sides, and like we have a small oven and coordinating when stuff goes in, and then he's trying to paint, and it was just, I don't know how Diane's comment made me think about that story. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get back to sewing. Danny's favorite part of the show is always where we ask for all the bag ladies and bag dudes to let us know in the comments. Go ahead and type either bag lady or bag dude in the comments right now. And we super love the bag making community that has been created around either of these words. We have a nice story later on about community and making bags and all that. We'll get to that a little bit later, but thanks so much for typing that in the comments. Besides the house stuff, the other thing that we've been working on is finishing editing the videos for the next 4-pack video bundle, which is coming out this Friday. And when I say we, I mean you, because you do all the editing. So we filmed the videos before our vacation, and Danny has 2 more videos left to edit, and he hurried up and edited this. We call them trailer videos, so it's like a 1 to 2 minute video just explaining what we're offering, what patterns, showing the patterns that are in there. So we call it a trailer video because it's kind of like a movie trailer, like a preview. And he hurried up and got that edited today, and he's like, yeah, I got it done so we could show it on the show tonight. And I'm like, no, we're not showing that on the show tonight. I said, I don't like to show that trailer video until it's actually available so people can, if they're interested, purchase it and not leave them hanging. And he's like, well, you could just show it. And I was like, no, we're not showing it.
Vala told me I should put it in our computer, and when the show happens, say I accidentally click the wrong button.
No.
And just play the video. Her and I just get along so well.
Well, so what Danny edits the videos, and the only bad thing about that is I always watch the videos again just to make sure they're accurate and everything is where it's supposed to be in the video as far as the order of the video goes. And I don't really like doing that because I love shooting the video, but if I have to hear myself explain it again, I'm like not into that. So that's my task for tonight and tomorrow. And I usually have another screen open on my monitor, so while I'm watching that video, I can get some work done, or I surf the internet or something. I know I should be, focused on the video, but it's rather boring. So
this would be a hard one.
Sonia says 4-pack video bundle. It would be cool if you had a 4-pack video bundle where people could pick out 4 bags of our choice.
We'd have a huge video library if we could do that.
We have had that offered as a suggestion in the past. Unfortunately, at this time, our website doesn't have capabilities for that because when we offer the 4-pack video bundle, everything's automatic. So when you purchase, you automatically get the links to the patterns and the videos. Everything's set up a certain way. And if it was sort of a la carte, I'm not sure how that would be handled because that, I don't know. I'm not sure that could be automatic anymore. But we'll keep that in mind as always because we always want to work on the website and produce things that are helpful and easy to use.
There's new tools that come out all the time.
Yeah, there's always new things coming out, new plugins for the website and things. So we'll always keep that in mind because we do get asked for that quite often. Was there anything else you had to add to that? Or
no.
If you are watching on Facebook, we'd like to invite you to hit the share button if you enjoy our sewing videos. Regardless, either a thumbs up on YouTube or Facebook help us out a lot, because Facebook and YouTube look very kindly on videos that have lots of likes and shares, and they consider sharing our videos with other people that have similar interests that may not have seen the videos before. So we really appreciate the likes and shares, and we know every week that you are going through, oh, that's awesome, going through and helping us out with those likes and shares. So we really do appreciate it, and I know it's helping, and I can say that because I get emails every day from people saying that they just found us on YouTube or they just found us on Facebook and they like the videos. So thanks so much for doing that. I see Amy Reber Designs, Free Spirit Fabrics designer here. Love your things. I super love Free Spirit Fabrics. That's probably I would have to say that is my favorite manufacturer, and there's so many designers on Free Spirit that I love. So thanks so much for watching, and everybody go ahead and check out Amy's things. The Free Spirit website usually has, besides where you can see the fabric, there's lots of inspiration as far as lookbook images and also free quilt patterns. And the free quilt patterns are not simple charm square quilt patterns. They're very elaborate on the Free Spirit website. So if you weren't aware of that and you like making quilts, go ahead and check out the Free Spirit website, and you can find Amy's fabrics and lots of inspiration for the other designers from Free Spirit there in the forms of photos and patterns, which is really cool. Lenore says, will there be a limit on the 4-pack video bundle? I'm not sure. Do you know what she means by limit?
Maybe she wants to buy it for like 3 other people.
Oh, really? Oh, well, if that's the case, I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but we do have gift certificates available if that was more in line of what you were thinking. But the 4-pack video bundle will only be available from August 31st through September 9th. And if that's what you meant by limit, hopefully I answered your question either way.
This is a good segue into our next segment.
Oh, okay. Nikki says, Melissa and I are watching on YouTube on the 65-inch TV screen. She is on YouTube on her phone, and I'm on Facebook. We have all our bases covered. All right, so that's a great segue into your pick of the week. This is Danny's pick of the week.
Let me take the comment away.
All right.
That's Nikki and Melissa. They're, I guess, watching the show together, as they said during the comment, which is super cool and super awesome, because I think before the group, they probably didn't know each other. And one of the things I see Sarah read emails, I think recently they had a so-long, one of the states, what state was it?
I think Virginia. So just to backtrack a little, Danny's talking about our Facebook group, So Sweetness. We have a page as well as a group, and the group is where people can share photos and ask questions. And within the group, we have a file, and if you join the Facebook group, there's a bunch of tabs either at the top or on the side, depending if you're watching from a cell phone or a computer. There's a file for, we have also So Sweetness groups by state, and the state of Virginia has a Facebook group for So Sweetness patterns, and they had a sew along, I found out recently, for the Oslo Craft bag, and there were prizes involved, which is really cool. So there's different groups by state and also different groups by country. And I know in New Zealand, there were 2 New Zealand members that met up recently. And did you have any more photos to show about? I saw you loading some other pictures in your computer earlier.
No, you didn't.
That was the
I only loaded the one picture.
Oh, okay. I'm mistaken. But anyway, Nikki and Melissa met. I'm
pretty sure Bronwyn met someone else.
That's what I meant by New Zealand.
Oh, did you say their names?
No, I did not.
Hello.
Okay, sorry.
We're on first name basis here. Yeah, but it's great. The Colorado ladies met up together.
Colorado had a meetup. Yeah,
Yep.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So I think it's the best part, honestly. It's making friends, meeting people that you normally wouldn't have met, and you guys have a bond of making bags together or whatever you like to sew. And to me, that's the best thing you can get out of this is, friendships, totally.
And we had that meetup in Tennessee when we went on vacation.
And, 2 people helped us out when we were in Tennessee, your followers, when we were going somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
And I do appreciate both people that helped us out. And I'm sure Sarah probably responded in an email or, thanked you. And we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we got some help with information about things that we should do in Tennessee, and we got to meet a lot of people, which was awesome.
Yep, totally.
It was awesome. All right, so questions. Are we ready for questions now?
I just pop them up as I see them going through, so I have to
Okay.
dig into them. later.
All right. How long are the bundles available? So the 4-pack video bundle, we make it a limited time thing just to make it a little more exciting. So this next one will only be available from August 31st through September 9th. So just a small window, about a little bit over a week. And that's our last 4-pack video bundle for the year. So we won't have another one until the end of January. And, well, besides the 4-pack, we have some other things planned for the rest of the year. But, yeah, so we're definitely not taking the rest of the year off or anything like that.
I think Diane had a funny comment.
Diane says, trying to organize in Jersey, but I'm starting to think everyone left the state. Oh, I didn't see Jersey on my list of 50 cities that people are abandoning. I don't think, but who knows. Helen says, how do you become a member of the Facebook group? So there's a couple ways. Either you can go into Facebook and do a search for So Sweetness, and that'll pop up. Or if you are watching or are already following the So Sweetness Facebook page, we also have a link to the group on the So Sweetness Facebook page. And I believe there's a tab for groups as well so that you can find that easily. Let's see. Lynn says, sorry, just came in. Where can we see the states? So if you are a member or if you join the So Sweetness Facebook group, there's a little tab called Files. So if you're looking on your cell phone, the tabs will be across the top of your screen, and if you're looking from a laptop or a computer, those tabs will be along the left-hand margin. But there's the tabs include photos, videos. Files is the one you're looking for. And when you click on that, you'll see a few files, and one of them is for a document with links, direct links to all of the So Sweetness groups by state and by country. So I think all of the United States is represented by state, and there's, I don't know how many countries, maybe 20 countries, I'm just guessing, but I think that was the amount. And Sherry, who's a member of the Facebook group, Sherry set that up for us, which was a lot of work, but I think well worth it, because people are now able to make connections with others that live close to them. So that's really cool. Bronwyn says, maybe Sarah forgot my name. Yes, me and Susan Brownlee have met up a couple of times now. I think one of the times that you went to a fabric store together, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's really cool. I like going fabric shopping with friends. Danny's pretty good to go fabric shopping with, though, because he has opinions and he recognizes fabric designers and all that stuff. Let's see. Cheryl says, I thought there was a Baker's Dozen coming soon as well. That's the end of October. That's the next set of Minikins. So last year we did 12 in last year's Minikins bundle. This year we're doing 13, so there's a bonus, which is hence the Baker's Dozen. So it's 13 brand new patterns, 13 brand new videos. End of October. I don't have a hard date yet, but I still have some work to do on those, so that's why we don't have the date yet. I believe I'll be up against the wire for that one, but I know I'll get it done. Diane says, Friday is my husband's birthday, so I'm gifting myself the new video bundles in his honor, but he doesn't know it yet. That's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while. It's your husband's birthday, and he's getting some sewing videos.
Wow, I didn't know California had so many members. 72.
Myrta's administrating the California group, and Myrta says the California So Sweetness group has 72 members. Wow, that's a lot. I know California is a big state, but that's a lot.
Hopefully Cherry Wine will send us some products for this right here.
Says, Danny, is that a Dr. Pepper soda? So we don't have this, it's called Cheer Wine. We don't have this in Chicago, but when we went to Tennessee, Danny bought 2 cases, and it's cherry flavored soda, or pop if you call it pop.
Bronwyn says they were not fabric shopping together. My memory says that they went to Bronwyn's house possibly and for their meetup. Now we'll see if that's more accurate. I have the worst memory. My biggest problem is that I'll go downstairs to get something because we have our cork and notions and things downstairs, and when I get to the basement, I think we have a trend starting.
I have no idea why I walked down there. Diane says, that is a great idea, Diane. My husband's birthday is coming up. Think I will do the same. Would you be offended if on your birthday I bought myself?
I don't think you'll ever ask permission to buy yourself anything.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Jennifer says, are you going to do a monthly challenge next year with the new mannequins? We are, and we are also working on a challenge for non-mannequin patterns in the Facebook group. We had to do a bit of catch up when we got back from vacation, but this is on the top of my list. So we will have a bunch of challenges for various things, including the Minikins and other patterns as well. Because I like prizes, and I'm sure you like prizes too.
What everyone, we do know Minikins is a more costly purchase than an individual pattern. Way Sarah designs the Minikins, she designs them as a bundle. So that's what we sell the Minikins always as a bundle. And so people that may want to get involved and don't have, the opportunity to have that pattern, we'll have other patterns, and maybe a free one or something like that. Like the Oslo's a very popular one, or maybe an Oreo. It doesn't have to be a paid pattern to join like the giveaway and stuff.
Yeah, but we have some contests and fun things planned and sew along type things. So just waiting for the kids to go back to school on Tuesday so I can have just a little more time. But it's fun having them home over the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is definitely a trend.
Julie says, I'm not married, so I'll buy it for myself for Dan's husband's birthday. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh so loud. I hope it didn't make our mics
They're
spike.
all going for it. I love it.
Sue says, my ex-husband's birthday is next week, so I'm definitely doing that.
Wow, so many people's birthdays coming up. Happy birthday to Jeff.
Jeff says, my birthday is Monday. I need cork. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Jeff. Sorry, I almost started crying with that ex-husband's birthday one. That was funny.
I love it. First, from the start, it's like my husband's birthday is coming up. I'm going to buy myself a present for his birthday. Because happy wife, happy life. She knows that.
Danny always says that when we go out and talk to people to explain away why I get what I want.
Wow, 50 members in Georgia. That's really cool.
Danielle says, I'm an admin for Georgia. We are almost at 50 members. Wow, that's a lot, too.
Yeah. Michelle's too. I remember her post about
Michelle
this.
says, even though I got the rivet press for my 15th wedding anniversary, I'm going to gift myself the new bundle for my anniversary. I call it the anniversary of allowing my husband to live another year longer.
Love it.
Oh, gosh.
I love all these feisty
You guys
comments.
are so funny. Oh.
Now this sounds interesting.
Flora says, Danny, I have a recipe for cheer wine onion marmalade if you would like to make before you drink all your supply.
What would you use that on?
I think we only have like 5 cans left, so maybe
No.
I think so. I put the rest in the fridge, so.
There's like stacks. Maybe like 6 cans. You sent him. Oh, this is great.
Tara says, you all should send him a card letting him know she got them.
You guys are great tonight.
Like we could have an e-card, like when they purchase something on behalf of their husband for themselves.
That'd be great.
That's really funny.
And did you mention how you sign up to the groups and stuff?
I did.
I wasn't paying attention.
It's in the Facebook group, and there's a tab for files, and it'll be in the files, and you just download it, and you can find your either home state or your country. Yes.
I think Glum is right. She was saying a lot of birthdays in September.
Lots of people are born in September because there are some major holidays and vacation time 9 months before. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Our daughter's born in September. So is my mother, one of my friends. It's a hot month.
Interesting.
Did you want to go somewhere else in here? Because I know we jumped to the comments.
No. If you find any other questions, if you want to put them on the screen. Before we got started, I saw people were talking about the acrylic templates. So Ed, who makes our acrylic templates, is back in business with, they went through a move, so they had to move their house as well as the equipment that makes the templates for us. But he's going to get started on 6 new templates in case you're really into the templates. So the 6 new templates, which he's working on right now, or will be soon, are for the Renegade bag, airplane bag, the Annex double zip box pouch, the Creative Maker supply case, Crimson and Clover train cases, and the Kismet trinket boxes. So we tried to go with templates that people were requesting the most, and eventually we hope to get onto more templates. I know people were requesting the Cumberland backpack, but there's a ton of pattern pieces, and we're just trying to make it cost effective. So maybe sometime soon we can get over to that one, because that one was requested a lot, and I saw a lot of people making the Cumberland backpack for back to school, like a lot, and they were really cool.
Yep, saw a lot of cool ones.
Bronwyn says, it's Father's Day this Sunday in New Zealand. I think my husband is begging for the precision turning tool.
He's begging for it. It'll go great with his sweater.
All right. right. Any other questions that I?
I saw earlier on when you're talking, someone mentioned about how do you get your inspiration for making design. They're in a roadblock for designing their next purse.
Oh, okay. Designs for purses or designs for bag patterns. I don't leave the house a lot. No, I really don't leave the house a lot. But when I do, I always look at what kind of bags people are carrying. And for features on their bags, like I remember years ago when I used to work at the pet store, a lady came in one time and she had a black leather purse, and there were like big metal grommets, which are like openings along the top of her purse. And I thought that was really awesome. And so I wrote a pattern, and this was years ago already, but it's called the Soda Pop bag. And I put, these were like curtain grommets basically, and they snapped into place, so they were really easy to install. But I put them I made a tote bag, and I designed the tote bag, and I put the grommets along the bottom of the purse, and it didn't look anything like her bag because her bag was totally different and the grommets were on the top, but I just liked the idea of the grommets. And so I'm always looking what types of bags people are carrying, and I try not to look too long because sometimes people think you're staring at them for like the wrong reasons. And I was just looking at her, I would just be looking
at my butt.
Yeah, I would just be looking at somebody's bag, so I wouldn't want them to think I was like giving them the evil eye or something like that. But just looking at what people are using. I don't know. That's probably the biggest inspiration. I do still get a lot of magazines and like fashion type magazines and stuff, like can't even think of the names right now, like Elle, or I don't get Vanity Fair, but like those type of magazines.
This Old House?
No, not This Old House. But the clothes and stuff in the magazines are way too expensive. I would never be able to afford them, but I like looking at the pictures and same type of thing, for inspiration. And if I see something interesting or an interesting feature on a bag, I rip the page out of the magazine and I save it. So I have like a folder where I put these things, and when I save them for a rainy day. So if there's one day where I need I feel like designing another bag and I don't have any ideas, I just go through my folder, and that usually seems to do the trick. Michelle says, is there an acrylic template for the grab and go sleeve rounded corner? There is not, but we do have a rounding corner template with 4 different radiuses
curves.
Of curves for rounding corners. It's out of stock right now, but Ed is making those for us right now, and I ordered a whole bunch because my goal is, now that we kind of know how the acrylic templates are going to go, I'd rather order
stock up
large amounts so that we don't run out of stock. And so I'm getting a little better. We only started selling them a couple months ago, so it was hard to gauge. I think I ordered like 12 of each one at the beginning because I thought, I'm not sure if anybody will order these, but clearly 12 is not a good number for ordering new templates, but I've learned my lesson. Kim says, I am preparing the Oriole bag. If I want to add a zippered pocket on the back of the bag, do I add the foam interfacing first before adding the pocket? I would suggest I would suggest adding all of your interfacing first, and then just make sure the zipper pocket is not too long so that it doesn't interfere with the darts. So maybe like maybe a 6 or 7 inch zipper pocket, maybe all the way up to 8 inch if you're doing the large. Just so it doesn't intersect with the darts. I think some people have actually done that, but I think it would be easier if you just kept that out of the dart seam allowance. Julie says, does anyone know where I can get the rubber grommets that you see on backpacks for cell phone charging cables with an X cut out in the center? I'm not sure if I know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, so if you have like a cell phone holder in your backpack, you put your phone in there, and then you'll have a spot where it's a circle, and it's got like a plus sign or an X, where you put your headphones through, and then you put your headphones, you wear them.
So is it like rubber and the X is just cut out of the rubber?
I'm sure one of my bags or other bags had it.
I'm not sure that I've seen those available for purchase, but maybe somebody else knows, and if you do,
you can always check like a thrift store too, or like a Goodwill or something, where they have, that part would probably be still in good condition if someone was
but how
recycling.
would they install it? Because
you sewed a circle around it, right?
I don't know. I've not seen like what you described. I know, but I guess
you know what it's like? It's like the back of my computer, the plug where the cables come out. Same exact grommet. Maybe you can use something like that. Honestly, computer parts store.
Danny and I will talk about it and investigate it. We'll investigate. Yeah. Tamara says tool belt pattern would be great for bag dudes. Oh, a tool. I never even would have thought of that. I'll have to write that down.
You know, that tool belt also could be the same construction for the 5-gallon bucket organizer. So maybe the tool belt would go around the organizer. Maybe have like a flap. Dual purpose. 2 in 1. Let's go.
With the 5-gallon bucket.
I'm not just here for my good looks.
Wow, that's an amazing idea. Did you think about that all on your own?
Just right now. It's like magic. Auto-magically. Can use this during the shows.
Tammy says a So Sweetness wine pouring bag would be great.
How did I ever... You know, I would love to... I've never really drank wine, and I'd love to get into drinking wine. I feel like I'm on the next level now. You know, beer's just not enough for me anymore. I want to be a little more refined, and I think maybe Sarah would get involved if we got into wine. What do you think? Would you start drinking wine? Maybe with dinner?
I'm willing to attempt it, but
I'll try it once. So it better be a good wine and get a good wine recommendation.
My usual face with a lot of alcohol, like when drinking it, would be like...
Sarah has one drink and her face is like this, and it turns red right away. Like, Sarah, what happened?
That's my alcohol drinking face. Or like I stick my tongue out like... Yeah, that's the face.
Let's see.
I saw another good one. Vendor apron pattern.
Well, Kathy, that can't be her mic's not hitting anything, because for this show we have an overhead mic, so nothing's touching.
Why?
it.
What was the comment?
She says she thinks her blouse is hitting her mic. Sounds like a heartbeat or something. Maybe you're talking too loud. It's clipping.
I might be talking too loud. For when we do the shows, when it's both of us, we have a mic right here. But when I do the shows on Sunday, I have a clip mic. So we have different stuff going on depending on the show.
Someone said that.
Was there another question?
It says, Danny, you look so happy tonight. So it makes me think that generally I don't look happy. So, you know, a week of vacation really resets everything. And, you know, it's funny. I would go to bed when Sarah would go to bed. And I would wake up like 5 hours later, 6 hours later. I think I really wrecked my sleeping schedule where I can't sleep for 8 hours. Even if I went to bed at 1 or 2, one of the nights I stayed up later with our buddy and talking and stuff like that. And I still woke up before him, who... This guy would wake up no matter how late he stays up till. He's up at 6 morning, probably because his kids wake him up. But yeah.
I like to go to bed at like 8:30 or 9, nice and early, because I wake up early. Sometimes 5:30, 6:30, and I start working. So it's all part of the schedule, like going to bed early, working. I mean, I get up working because I want to, but. Bronwyn says, you're here for your sparkly skin and stunning sense of humor too, Danny. Sparkly skin, I like that. Is it because you have glitter?
That's probably why.
Diane says, wine gives me a headache, vodka does not. That's funny.
That's my kind of gal right there. Is AC blowing in the mic? Well, our AC is in the opposite side of the room, and the microphone's over here.
Maybe it's because
I'm trying to look at the register, and I'm not seeing it.
I was clearing my throat. Maybe that was it. I usually try not to do that, but I just felt I needed to. Oh, I saw a question if we have a pattern for a little girl's purse. Oops. Oh, the questions are going by so fast. I'll just read the question and I'll answer it. The question was, do we have a pattern for a little girl's purse? Not technically, but let me grab a couple of things since I'm not mic'd up tonight. All right, so when you said question about a little girl's purse, a couple of ideas popped into my mind. So this is one of the Minikins patterns, but the cotton candy pouch in the size large. I have a tutorial video on my YouTube channel on how to add a side strap to a bag, and I was talking about this bag. So this would be cute as a little girl's purse, or maybe the Oriole bag, which is a free pattern, and this is size small of the Oriole bag. This would be a cute little girl's purse also. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah?
I think it's a great little girl's purse.
Yeah.
I think I've seen multiple people. I think Michelle made her daughter one of those, and some other ladies made their daughter one. This goes with the tool belt.
Barbara says, how about a vendor apron pattern money pouch with compartments? Oh, that must have been the second vendor apron one I saw, because I saw another comment asking for that too. Those are all 3 good ideas, so I wrote those down. I have a little notebook. Every January I tried to be like, all right, this is the year I'm going to get a planner, and I'm going to be using my planner every day, and it's going to go well. And basically I use my planner to write down if we have a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment, and then if I have pattern ideas or people make suggestions that I want to do, I write that in my planner. So my planner is, I use the Quilter's planner, and maybe the point of the Quilter's planner is lost on me, but that's what I use it for.
Someone asked what's in the bottles in front of us. Did you
What is
mention at
in
the
the
very start?
bottles? Oh, in case
The short or the
in
left?
case you missed our show at the beginning, I think I showed Violet's slime. Violet's our daughter Violet. She's 9. She's been making homemade slime, and she makes different recipes for it. So this is her slime, and she bottles it. This one's called Zombie Guts, and this one is Dragon Saliva. And so she takes a bottle sometimes when we go out to the store or out to eat. And I'm not sure if I could replicate the sound, but like in the car, she.
It's pretty close.
Did you hear that sound?
Put it close to the mic.
So it makes those. She makes those sounds, but sometimes we're at a restaurant or somewhere in public, and it sounds like she's. A few times I've been driving, and she's in the back seat with the slime, and I have to ask her if she's okay because it sounds like she's choking or something.
Yeah. Yep.
But in the restaurant, it sounds like
she's throwing up almost or something.
Yeah. Debbie says, "Is there a difference between a rivet and a stud?" Yeah, pretty much the same thing. It's a. Let me grab one of my bags from behind me. Put this one back. Oh, sorry. Everybody's checking out, getting a good look at my zebra pants. Sorry, you weren't supposed to. You weren't supposed to see that.
I'll have to comment up to save you.
So these are the rivets, and these would be called studs, also, wouldn't you say? And I've seen you can even get the shop on Etsy where I bought my rivet press, which is called Minkus Margot. So she sells all the dies and the rivets, which is what I use. But she also has rivets that look more like studs, like pointy or like spiky, like what you would think like in a leather jacket, like a punk rocker would have. So she has those kind of rivets or studs also, which is kind of cool. Tanya Lee says, which fabric line is the cotton candy pouch in the pink behind you? This one is Tula Pink, and this is her Moonshine fabric line. So there's a deer. It's like a sort of a camping / woods themed fabric line, and I really love the deer because it's so detailed. But this fabric line came out a few years ago. You might still be able to find some of it online or at your local quilt shop, but it's called Moonshine. Aleli says, do you use shape flex on every purse strap you make from cotton? I do. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was the answer. Sorry.
More complex.
Yes, I do.
I do. That's it.
Michelle says, yes, I made Michaela the Oriole as well as the Polaris. She actually loves the Polaris more. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The Polaris bag is also good for, I don't have one handy up here, but the Polaris bag is a small bag with a zipper on the top, and it comes in 2 different styles. So there's an oval one, which is pretty cool, and there's also one that's a rectangle. Colleen says 50% the airplane bag and is perfect for a little girl. Oh, that's another good suggestion. So just reduce the size of the airplane bag to 50%, which would be really easy to do. And I see another comment about the Polaris. Betty says the Polaris is good for little girls. My 4-year-old loves hers. I forgot about that one. We should do a video for that one. I mean, not this year. We don't have time, but
yeah, maybe
in January. That could be one of them.
Oriful thread.
Oh, okay.
Top and bottom.
Elisa says, do you use the same Oriful thread in your bobbin as in the top thread? That's a good question. So if you're using either 40 weight or 50 weight, you can use the same thread on the top and the bottom. I usually use 40 weight, but I do have some 50 weight that I use depending on the color, if I need a certain color. If you're using a thicker thread, like a 12 weight, which is good for top stitching, 12 weight, I use the 12 weight in the top and a 40 weight in the bottom because it's too thick to have it in the bobbin as well, in my personal opinion. But it works great if you have 12 weight in the top and 40 weight in the bottom.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think you can make this happen.
Dawn says, I have looked all over the net for the 5-gallon bucket pattern and haven't found one and would love to make my dad one for Christmas. So maybe you guys could let me know in the comments, the 5-gallon bucket, is that something that hangs over the 5-gallon with a bunch of pockets around the outside? Is that kind of what you think people are asking for, you think? Or
they probably looking maybe outside or inside.
Okay.
Because inside the bucket would probably have your tool, like big tools like hammers, wrench, or whatever, that would hang off so it's not banging around.
Okay.
The outside be like screwdrivers, maybe
Okay.
nail holder, pockets, whatever galore.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so
definitely duck canvas, I would think, duck cloth.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cool. I'll write that down.
Let's see.
That's a good question. Oh.
That one? What?
This one right here? Tammy says, what is a good beginner pattern? So there's a couple free patterns on YouTube that come with the pattern in the video that would be good to start off with. So I usually recommend either the Baker Street bag, which is a bag with a zipper closure, or the Easy Leather Hobo bag. And if you want to make the body of the bag with quilting cotton instead, if that's a little easier for you, that one closes with the magnetic snap. So either of those would be good, I think, especially with the videos. Michelle says, how would you install spiked rivets? I don't have any, so I don't know 100%, but I believe they have a special die for installing them, because all of the different things that I have, like the grommets, the rivets, they each have their own specialized die. So I'm assuming the same case would be for spiky, like studs. The Stitching Sailor says, do you think you'll design bags without foam interfacing but with Decovil instead? That's a good question. So I really like the foam because it makes bags stand up by themselves, but I think there's one or two of the new Minikins which won't have foam. And the other day I was thinking of, like, I don't know why, a Halloween bag, and I think that one wouldn't have foam either. So I guess it depends on the bag. You could always leave it out or use a different interfacing if you prefer, like for a softer or slouchier bag. Aleli says, have you tried stiff stuff for sew and interfacing to use instead of foam? I have not, but I should write that down so I could try it out. Stiff stuff. I'll get some, I'll buy some, and I'll let you know on a future live show what I think about it. Becky says, do you have a lot of bloopers in your videos? I'll let you answer that.
That's 0. Usually I have to force them to make bloopers for Sarah. She's so focused and...
Well, I'm so serious when we do the instructional videos, yep. Like for the 4-pack, like a week and a half ago when we were finishing them. I'm just, you know, like it's like usually an all-day filming process, and I want to get... I'm not so good with like chatty off-the-cuff type stuff, and so... I just feel like I'm there to explain the project and that's it. So there's really not much chance for bloopers in those types of videos, unfortunately. But I do like watching bloopers that other people have. Kathy says, I have bought waxed fabric. Which pattern would you recommend? That's a really good question. I think I could see the Easy Leather Hobo bag in waxed canvas, maybe without the foam. I've only seen some in person recently, and I thought it was really cool, so that's why I wanted to maybe investigate designing bag patterns maybe without the foam, like that previous question was asking, because I like the waxed canvas, but I like it more, I think, without foam, because I saw someone making a bag with it, and it was just, I don't think there was any interfacing at all. I could be wrong, but it looked like it was just the fabric, which I thought was really cool.
So it says Home Depot has those bags that fit in the
5-gallon bags?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Maybe I'll have to, well, I like to Google and look at pictures, and because it helps me with ideas, so maybe I'll just see what types of things are out there. Barbara says, what is the name of the blue and red flower bag right between you two? This
Sublime.
One is, yes, this is the Sublime bag. And this is blue cork. This is the jeans blue color of cork. Put this one on the side. All right.
I think we should wrap it right there.
Any more? Okay. Yeah, I saw a lot of comments about the 5-gallon bucket, so I'm going to move that closer to the top of my list. Thanks for all the suggestions and your feedback. That's why I love doing these live shows, because having the instant feedback where we can ask a question and get everyone's comments, and I can see live what everybody thinks, and especially seeing the comments about the 5-gallon bucket. So that's real cool. So thanks so much for joining us. And
you know, maybe when we have the first Friday sew-in this Friday, right? That's the next show?
It's not this Friday. It's next Friday. The first Friday sew-in is...
I thought you told me it's the first Friday after vacation we're coming back.
I was wrong. Remember,
you fooled me.
No, remember we talked about it on our live show? No, we decided it was September 7th was the first Friday.
Okay, all right.
Anyway,
well, I was going to say, I'll definitely have that trailer on that show, but I guess maybe I'll do like a practice for that next Friday show, and I'll have a special video session of all the promos and trailers.
Okay.
For anyone who wants to join in. So if you want to join in for the following Fridays, sew-in this Friday, I will have an open one. You can join in if you want to test your video equipment, see how it works, and you be part of the live show the following Friday. So this Friday, I'll try to run the same time as the show, so people that are accustomed to our 7 o'clock start time, I'll have the same thing going on. So that's all
I have no idea what you just said, but okay, that's fine.
What?
Thanks so much.
Hey, everyone, have a great week. We'll see you later.